Audio Jungle. 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 Audio Jungle.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Wildcat Den, everybody. How is everybody doing out there? Football season is here. Are you ready, Rusty?
Yes, sir. It's feeling like it in the mornings when I'm going out. I'm telling you.
Hey, it is here, buddy. It is here. We got some ball games going on here in Kentucky tonight. Have they started up your way yet?
Yeah, tonight the local high school here where Hunter will be going. They're the Penn Kingsmen. They're 6A. They play Valpo tonight, 7:30. I guess they already started.
Well, hey, listen, buddy. Hey, it's football is here, but man, this is what we've been waiting on, buddy. Now I know the Wildcats don't play until next Saturday, but hey, football is here. But yeah, we got some games going on down here. We got. I just went over just found some games here, you know, kind of around us here. But I know Harlan Independent is playing Knott County Central tonight. They're playing right now. Bell County will be taking on Campbellsville. Whitley County is playing Knox Central tonight. Jellicoe, Tennessee is playing Lincoln tonight. Pineville is playing Phelps, and tomorrow in the Pigskin Classic down in Corbin, the Harlan County Black Bears play the Clay County Tigers tomorrow.
Oh,
So yeah, Rusty. Yeah, hey, listen, buddy, football is here, buddy. Football is here.
yeah. That Penn, they're one of the better public schools in the state of Indiana. If anybody wants to research them, I know a lot of people down there don't know who they are, but I remember they used to make state every year. They won a few probably, but most of the time they'd get state or semifinals and lose. But
Well, Rusty, or what are you just for Kentucky next Saturday? uh, let's just kind of look past the win and losses. What are you looking for, or what kind of improvements are you looking for that you're wanting to see that
Well,
offense?
before, we was kind of worried about our defense, but now I've been hearing our defense is supposed to be pretty good, and our
I have
special teams is supposed to be really good. Our offense, it all boils down to that offensive line.
I think so too. You got to put up more points than what we averaged last year, most definitely. I mean, that I'm like you. I'm wanting to see an improvement on that offensive line.
But now
Most
I think we got a couple of running backs that might be a little dinged up, but they say they'll be okay though.
Can you remember who they was?
I'm about to look at their names here. I'll know when I see them. I can't remember right off. They was both the transfers.
Probably that one from me.
McGowan was the one dinged up the worst. And then Dodwell, Dante Dodwell's dinged up a little, but they.
Oh, really?
McGowan,
I didn't know that. I didn't know he was.
But hey, we still got Patterson, Wilcox.
Hey, we got Patterson, we got Wilcox. Yeah, I mean, I'm the running backs. I think we're going to be fine, and we got these receivers. Is Lyle now? Wasn't Lyle kind of banged up?
He was a little banged up too. But I think they're all going to play, though. I don't think there's nobody going to be held out as far as I've heard so far, unless they're withholding something.
Yeah.
But it all boils down that offensive line, I think.
I think so, too.
And, I mean, they all got a lot of playing time, but this will be their first game most of them be playing together.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Been hearing some good things on Cutter too, ain't we,
buddy? I think I asked this last week, but I think Cutter, should he be starting?
Well, was that me telling you? I think at some point you're gonna have to give the keys over to him. Was that me? You talked about that. I mean, I honestly think he may play some this year. He may even start. I don't know how many games, but I've been hearing a lot of good things on.
I hope he gets in before like we lose a couple games and everybody starts getting down. And I want to get him in there when everybody's still energetic.
I want to see him in there early. I know what you're saying. I mean, I don't want to see him the last 4 games of the season or the last 2 or whatever. Right. I want to see him in there early.
Because, I mean, it'd be hard to say this team will give up like last year's team because, last year's team, they just give up and they just start clowning.
Oh, I
don't really think this team will do all that, but, I mean, come on, after you've lost about 4 games, you're not going to be as energetic as like going into Toledo.
Yeah.
Or even who they got, Ole Miss right after Toledo.
Ole Miss, and then we got Eastern
Michigan. You beat Toledo and go into Ole Miss, you're going to be pumped up. But then, you lose a few of them, then I like to see Cutter get in while they steal some energy in there, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. Get him in there while they steal a lot of fresh energy.
Right.
Because I think he's got the juice, and I think I was actually surprised he didn't transfer when they went and got broke shoulder.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't he? He could transfer, went right down there to Tennessee and probably beat out Aguilar. Tennessee wanted him.
Tennessee wanted him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tennessee wanted him. And that's what I'm afraid. I hope we don't lose him. I hope he don't transfer, but that's what I guess I was trying to say earlier to you. There's going to come a time you're going to have to give him the keys and let him go with it. You know what I mean?
Well, hey, since we're talking about our Wildcats, what do you think would have to happen before we get game day down there in Lexington? Is it a possibility?
It's we're gonna have to win. We're gonna have to beat some people. We're gonna have to win. You know, if I'm not mistaken, the last time game day was in Lexington was in 2007 when we had Woodson and them. That's the last time. You remember that team? I know you do because we beat number one LSU, and LSU went on and won the national championship that year. But yeah, Rusty, I mean, we're just gonna have to win. I mean, for them to, I mean, we're just gonna have to.
Every time SEC Nation comes, we lose.
Every time, yeah, I told you that. I mean, you had that discussion last fall. I think after that second time they was in Lexington, I said I don't want them back in Lexington. I don't want SEC because every time we lose, every time SEC Nation is in Lexington, we lose. Well, it was the last two times, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I just rather them not be. I just rather them not come to Lexington. That's just me.
Well, Brent.
Yes, sir.
If it's me, I just get a big old 4-wheel drive truck and just run right through it. But if you know anybody that has any stream crossings or needs a good culvert, have them call Over Bay Enterprises.
Yes.
I would just get me a big 4-wheel drive truck and just hit it wide open, but everybody ain't like me. But if you want you a stream crossing or culvert head that ain't going to wash out, call Over Bay Enterprises.
Yes. Call Over Bay Enterprises for stuff like that. Man, I'm telling you, they do grade work too, don't they, Rusty?
Yeah.
Field
Southwest
dirt.
Virginia, Eastern Kentucky, and Eastern Tennessee. That's their main areas.
Land clearing, if you need any retaining walls, and Rusty, heavy equipment transport, buddy, they do too.
Heavy equipment transport. If you don't want your bulldozer laying down over the hill because you just hired some Yahoo, call Over Bay Enterprises.
Call Over Bay Enterprises. We want to thank Over Bay Enterprises for sponsoring the Wildcat Den, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Give them a call. Now, Rusty.
Yeah.
Just a little quick going over because I know you have some interesting stuff to go over tonight. Let's just skim through this topic right here, just right quick. Somebody may comment. What's going up with this? What's up with this? Money. Me and a couple guys at work had a discussion about this today.
When does that take effect? Next year?
I think that, yeah.
Because see, now I was listening to some people last week or earlier in the week, might have been last week, and they said Kentucky paid some little garbage team like $1.5 million to come there. And so they thought that meant that they wasn't going to do that. And then turn around a few days, a week later, they did it. Now, did they add in to where we have to schedule a Big Ten team too, or is it just 9-game conference schedule?
I don't know. I just think it's.
I didn't see that.
I didn't either. But this is my question, though, Rusty. This is my question. Does it do anything for it? Does it further, to have 9 games? Does it do anything for the teams?
Not based on what the committee done last year. It doesn't. It actually hurts us more than it helps us based on the way the committee did last year. That's what I figure. But now they've been years past where the way the committee ruled, that would help. That's like Notre Dame. Every time they lose a game, they'll say, that's a good loss. That's a good loss. Well, Kentucky, Alabama, Georgia, they'll lose a game. Oh, well, they lost. That loss is a loss. It just depends on what team you are, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't like that committee. That committee, I do not like it.
No, I know. Me, you had that conversation a while back when we was texting, but me personally, and this is just my opinion, I'm fine with 8 games. I really am because look at the. I mean, you know this. Everybody knows this. Uh, the SEC conference is tough from top to bottom, and we just beat each other up. So by the time these bowl games come around and the playoffs and everything, we're so beat up. I mean, I'm fine with 8 games. That's a lot. I mean, if you think, I mean, you got a 12-game season, you could play. You know what? If you go on to a bowl game, 13, and if you go on to the playoffs, it could be more. I'm fine with 8 games. To me, I just didn't see no reason that to add a game. You know, I don't. That's just my opinion. I mean, I don't know, Rusty. How do you feel about was you satisfied with the 8-game conference schedule? I guess is what I'm trying to ask you.
I was satisfied with 8 games. I mean, you need a game or two here and there where you can heal up, maybe regroup. But now let me ask you this. If we was a 9-game schedule this year, would LSU be playing Clemson first game of the season?
That's a good question.
They're saying the ACC is going to suffer from this.
From the SEC
9 game.
going to 9 games.
Yeah, I mean that extra game, you got to have a tough game. You ain't going to schedule like no decent team. You ain't going to schedule Clemson or Miami, Notre Dame. You might schedule one of their garbage teams or something, but you ain't going to schedule their top end teams. Why would you?
Well, yeah. I you know, when we talked about that about the other teams, the little team, it looking more and more. You know, everybody does it, right? I mean, look like you're going to have like you said, you're going to have a couple of them. I mean, you're just going to have to. You know,
you need them to,
and you better play them, and you better play them because we've seen upsets. You better play them because we've seen upsets. You've seen them.
Yeah, I watched that Northern Illinois up here, man.
You know what I'm trying to say? But you know, you're going to have to. I mean, you're going to have to play. I mean, I mean, if you've got a couple, but yeah, I'm like you. I mean, why would they? I mean, I don't. I guess it's one of them things we'll just have to see. I guess, you know, Rusty, if it affects, I guess, the other conferences. I mean, but yeah, I'm like you. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I was fine with the 8 games. I mean, I was
fine with the 8 games because I like seeing, well, that's just like if it's not a requirement to play the Big Ten teams, we're going to play less of them. I like seeing that.
Yeah.
Because I like talking trash.
Yeah.
You know, Big Ten ain't going to do nothing. We bring our garbage teams up here and beat, you know, Michigan, Ohio State or somebody. But, you know, it don't always happen. But I like talking that trash. You know?
You know, it's fun. You know, it's fun to
it's fun. That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, so you said it. That's what makes it fun. Yeah, and that's why
I like the same team and stuff like that. It wouldn't even be no fun.
Yeah, and, you know, it's funny that you said that too, because go back, you know, when we even had the 4-game or the 4-team playoff, you was talking about, you know, just there, you was talking about, you know, teams you really don't get to play all the time. That's why I like the bowl games. I know they don't, but you know, you play teams, if you were able to get into a bowl game, you was able to play teams that you usually don't face, and you could, like you said, trash talk, I guess. You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah. And
that's why I hate to see the bowl season, Rusty, and this is just me. I mean, I enjoy watching the bowl games, like after Christmas and stuff. I mean, I do. And it's, you know, teams you really don't get to play, you know, you don't see a whole lot of. And I wish there was an answer to fix that, I guess. I don't know.
Do you know another thing hurting the ball games?
What's
Well,
that?
see,
brother?
my opinion, used to the ball games is more meaningful. Because, I mean, win or you wanted to win because you wanted them bragging rights. But even if you lost, you got those extra practices with your team. Because back
Yes.
then,
Yeah.
most of your players came back.
Yes.
Most of your players came back, and then you got to play your young guys that maybe use red shirt, and that didn't count against a red shirt. And well, now everybody's just portaling out, and you just got a skeleton crew. You got to just plug in and just go through the motions.
Yeah.
It ain't as meaningful because, like, them extra practices ain't gonna mean nothing because you're gonna have a whole new bunch of players after that.
Yeah. Remember when Kentucky played Iowa that second time? We beat them the first year.
Yeah.
We played them, and then that second year, everybody was opting out. And it was like Kentucky had their JV out there. I mean, new faces and everything. That's what you're saying. See?
Yeah.
Right.
And by the time the bowl games come, some of the teams have at least a core of the team gone. And and then your young guys, they might soil up and transfer too. So, but I didn't like that playing Iowa 2 bowl games in a row like that. They could have found somebody else for us.
You know, the last time I had saw something, they did have a couple of other teams. I don't know how it. I think at one time they said UNLV, and then somebody else, but that was what they went with. I don't know. I'm like you. I didn't like.
Do you think UNLV would be worth watching with Dan Mullen?
Oh, well, now there you go. That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting to see what they do.
Didn't they say at one time they didn't even have enough money to pay his contract out?
He didn't have enough, yeah. Well, evidently they've done something because, you know, he's
still there. I mean, he's going to go there. He wants to coach. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he wants to coach. But Rusty, what you said you had some information on us. On something you was wanting to go, something you was wanting to go over tonight.
Well, I know college season's up on us, and this is kind of something a little different route, but it's just something I saw interesting, and I started going down some different trailheads and stuff on it like that right there, you know.
Right.
But I seen the Indianapolis Colts. Andrew Luck, he retired in 2019, that preseason, 2019. So basically, he retired 2018.
Right.
So that's 7 years. In that 7-year span, they've started the season starting 6 different quarterbacks.
The Colts has.
The Colts. 2019, the year Luck retired that preseason. Jacob Brisket, he was their starter. 2020, they had old Phillip Rivers. 21, Carson Wentz. 22, Matty Ice, Matt Ryan. And 23 and 24, Anthony Richardson. And I'm going to say one thing on him real quick. And 24, Richardson had he had a 48 completion rate, and that's the lowest since 2011.
Wow.
But anyways, I could go on and on. He looked really good in that combine. He's got the tools, but we watched him enough at Florida, but I'm going to move on from him. And then number 6, this year they got Daniel Jones. Well, that got me thinking, who's the quarterback killers?
Browns.
How many quarterbacks you think they started in the last 7 years? Colts had 6. Huh?
If the Colts had 6, well, it's in double digits probably.
Now, I'm just saying start of the season. They might have went through 2 or 3 throughout the season. I'm not saying they played more quarterbacks in that span. Just a different starter to start the season.
I got you. I see what you're saying. Well, I have no idea, but what you got?
4. 2019 through 21, they had Baker Mayfield. 22, they had old Jacob Brisket. Boy, that makes me want to do a brisket for opening day.
Yeah, we got to get back to Rusty's tailgate, me and you, next week.
And then 23, 24, they had Deshaun Watson. And now in 25, they had Joe Flacco. As a matter of fact, Joe Flacco was on the Colts last year too. So, I mean, and I don't know if you realize it, but the Colts have 2 Duke quarterbacks on their roster. Well, Riley Leonard played for Notre Dame last year, but he came out of Duke.
Right.
And then, what's up, Brandon?
Hey, Brian.
And
What's
then
up,
they got Danny Dimes. He played for Duke, remember?
Oh, yeah. Dimes.
That's who they
Yeah.
starting, Danny Dimes. So I thought that was interesting. The Colts beat out the quarterback killers. Now, that brings me to Andrew Luck. I thought, Andrew Luck, he played for the Colts from 2012, 2018. Now, I always kind of held a grudge on him. Kind of like, remember I said about Lorenz and Dusty Bonner?
Yeah.
Because remember, Peyton was coming off a neck injury.
Right.
And they went with Luck instead of Peyton. So I kind of held a little bit of a grudge on Luck. But, sometimes something like that you think at the time's bad happens. But then over time you look back and it actually was the best thing that could have happened.
Right.
Because Peyton had that gimped up neck. They probably would never made it back to the playoffs if he had came back, to be honest. Because the Colts, they wasn't building nothing around Andrew Luck. And
No, they
wasn't building nothing around him. And, I mean, they was just beating him up so bad. I mean, they was busting up his innards and stuff. Andrew Luck. That's why his career was so short, Now, he played for Stanford 2008, 2011. He started 2009 through 2011. He beat Notre Dame all 3 years. 2009, he beat Jimmy Clausen. 2010, Dane Chris. And 2011, he beat Touchdown Tommy Reese. Now, that's why I'm saying that was good that came out of it. Because Luck, 6'4", 230, young, full of juice, physical. And like I said, the Colts wouldn't build around him. No line. He was young. And he still took a beating. Manning just wouldn't have held up, I don't think, at his age. Because now when Manning went there, they was in bad shape like that.
Right.
But Luck was able to keep them competitive, And then Peyton wound up going to the Broncos and playing in 2 more Super Bowls.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
He wouldn't have done that, I don't think, if he went back to the Colts. So it turned out to be a good situation. So really, at the end of the day, Luck got the raw end of the deal. He's the one got beat up in a shortened career because, he took a beating. His innards. Yeah.
Now, you said 12. You said 2012 to 2020 or 2019. No, it was 2019 he played.
Who's that?
Luck played from 2012. Is that what you said? 2012?
Yeah, he retired in the preseason of 2019. So yeah.
So he had a
2012 through 2018. He came to the preseason 2019 and retired there.
Right.
But he still got on the 8 playoff games. He was 4 for 4 in the playoffs. Yeah. And they didn't have nobody around him.
They didn't.
No. Even when Peyton was there, the Colts always had those small rosters. And they was built for speed, remember? Right. And halftime, come playoff time, half the defense be hurt. Linebackers be blowed out shoulders because they undersized. But anyways, Stanford Stanford went downhill after he left them and sold to the Colts. What do you think about that now?
And they've really not been the same since, have they, bud?
No,
Really?
not, one more
No.
thing about Luck before I get off him.
All right.
Now, now he's back at Stanford as the general manager.
Yeah.
Well, he must have more powers than any general manager out there, because back in early spring, he fired the head coach and went and hired Mark Richt for 1 year to, he played under him in 2018, I think, his final season at the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think very many general managers can just fire the coach.
No.
That old dude's name was Troy Taylor. He fired.
Troy Taylor.
Better keep that on and keep that in your mind in case he comes sniffing around Lexington. Now that got me thinking about the Mannings, since the Colts, Lucas Oil, that was the house Peyton built.
Mm-hmm.
The sheriff. So that got me, thinking about Peyton and the, we got a Manning in college right now, can do a lot of great things. And so I figured I'd break down the Mannings. But speaking of the Lucas Oil, the house Peyton built, you think he called Ober Bay Enterprises and had that house seat done? Because if you don't have if your house seat's crooked, everything's gonna be out square and all warped up.
Right.
So not to have a house seat done, call Ober Bay Enterprise.
Yeah, need a house seat done. Call
Yeah.
Ober Bay Enterprises, guys.
You don't want to be having to cut your drywall like a bow and arrow to just get.
No, you don't.
All right, now the Mannings. Now, can Arch be the only Manning to either win the Heisman or a championship? I think we brought this up before.
We did.
And what's your thoughts on that?
He could. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Texas has got a good team. I mean, he's ain't his quarterback watch list.
Yeah, my opinion, he can do both. And I think to win the Heisman, I think if he beats Ohio State and don't lose, now he's got to beat Ohio State. I think if Ohio State beats them,
You have to. Yeah.
but if he beats Ohio State up there in the horseshoe and only loses one more game, I don't care who it's to, I think he can win it, the Heisman.
Right.
But what are they saying? Lenore Sellers is top of the list or something? I don't know.
Yeah, they've got him.
Now you want to talk about let's just talk about old Arch's pedigree.
Okay.
His grandpa, Archie. I think that's who he's named after.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know where at in their career these weights and heights came from, but he was 6'3", 212 pounds. Played Ole Miss 68, 70. He was all SEC and all American. Drafted by New Orleans Saints. He played there 71 through 82. He also played a little bit for the Oilers and the Vikings, but not far. He played 13 years in the NFL. He never had a winning season. That's pretty much it on old Archie. But I mean, the Saints, though, they was in pretty rough shape probably back then.
They was.
And back then, when somebody drafted you, that was your team. You stayed there until you was about washed up, and then they trade you off.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you're right.
So I already brought up Lucas Oil, the house Peyton built, but now I want to talk about old Peyton, the sheriff. The sheriff played at the Tennessee Volunteers, 1994 to 1997.
Boo.
He never won a championship. Now, you remember 1 year, I think they only lost one game, or they would have probably given them the championship. Do you remember who beat them?
Peyton Manning's He only beat Alabama once, didn't he? Yeah, I think so.
It was
Well,
what he come out his junior or senior year. I don't remember.
I don't think it was probably
Probably
Alabama. Beat
he played his senior year, and they 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. So it must have been his senior season. I think that was a season he only lost one game.
Alabama.
What in Alabama?
Well, give me one more chance here. Give me one more. Give me one more.
They in the state of Tennessee, but they ain't the color orange.
Vanderbilt beat them
No.
in the state of Tennessee, and they're not orange.
Yeah. On the other side from Vanderbilt.
Memphis.
Memphis.
Did Memphis beat them?
Cats. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's who knocked him out of winning this championship.
I didn't know that.
They ain't the Mudcats, but that's what we always said, laugh when we joke about it.
Yeah. Tigers. Memphis Tigers, right?
Yeah, they're the Tigers. But we call them Mudcats. We can do that.
They got them blue helmets like your Cincinnati Bengals got. They wear sometimes. Yeah.
Well, he had so many awards in college, it's too much to list. Of course, he's drafted by the Colts. Everybody in the state of Tennessee became a Colts fan.
Yeah.
He played 13 seasons, 1998. Let's see. 1998 through 2011. Played in 2 Super Bowls for the Colts. 2007, he beat the Bears. In 2010, he lost to the Saints.
Saints.
And I remember both of those.
I do too.
Matter of fact, the Bears, I can't remember them quarterbacks' names, but they had their starter got hurt early in the season, and the other one took them all the way through the playoffs and got healthy right before the Super Bowl, and they made a quarterback switch, or they probably could have beat the Colts. And then the Saints, the Colts was beating them, and Sean Payton come out halftime that on-time kick. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it was downhill from there.
From Florida. Grossman from Florida.
Grossman.
Was he one of their quarterbacks?
And Orton.
Orton.
I think Orton got him there, and he switched back to Grossman before the. I think that's exactly right.
Yeah. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that just
no. If you got anything, just like we stand out by the pool table, just bust right in.
Okay.
We'll get it right, or at least we won't stop until we think we do. You know what I'm talking about?
I got you, buddy. I got you.
He won 9 playoff games for the Colts. And then he went to Denver, 2012 through 2015, which that's probably the best thing could have happened to him. Like I said, thought it was a crappy situation what the Colts did to him. Mm-hmm. Turns out that's the best thing could have happened to him.
Right.
4 seasons where he appeared in 2 more Super Bowls. Old Peyton. 2014, they got blown out by Seattle, 43-8. Now that's the year. Remember, I told you I think he switched that Omaha when he all his audibles. I think he switched all the meanings to them audibles because all the radio stations and the analysts, they was trying to crack his codes. And I think he got paranoid and was afraid they cracked his codes. And I think he tried switching it because that team, they just didn't look like they looked like when they snapped the ball, they wasn't running the play he's expecting them to run. I promise you, I think that's what happened to that Super Bowl. But that's my opinion. And in 2016, they beat old Cam Newton 24-10. Panthers.
Yep.
And now I'm just going to be real. Now, Peyton, he's one of the greatest quarterbacks I ever watched my whole life. But now his presence on the field meant something. But Von Miller won that Super Bowl in that defense. And Von Miller said before that Super Bowl, he said, we're going to run sideline to sideline, end zone to end zone. We're bringing the Super Bowl home for that old man. And they did too. And then
Yeah,
Von
they
Miller
did.
got a big payday, and he's just been decent ever since.
Yeah.
I mean, my opinion. So Peyton won 5 playoff games for Denver. He had 18 total seasons. Great quarterback. The Sheriff. That's the Sheriff nickname. And I'm surprised he ain't got into coaching, really. Him or his brother. Because they have that Manning camp and everything. You think they like doing that stuff.
Right.
That brings us to old Eli.
Eli.
Oh, Eli.
Oh, that ain't Eli.
Oh, that ain't Eli. He's too ugly.
Where's Eli at? I thought I had him on here for us.
I don't know. Well, anyways. Oh, Eli, 6'5", 218 pounds. He played 16 seasons in the NFL. And with them Giants teams he was on, I don't know how he ever lasted that long.
There he is.
There he is.
Okay. Well, that's yeah, he had some good seasons too, didn't he? But then, like you said, with some of them Giants teams.
Now, he was the first overall pick. But he played for Ole Miss 2000 through 2003. He's another one, won so many awards, we ain't going to try to mention them all. He was drafted by the Chargers. You remember that, don't you?
I do remember that now, yeah.
And the Giants had picked Phillip Rivers for Eli was the first overall pick. The Giants picked Phillip Rivers the 4th overall pick. And then I guess they made a pretty quick trade. And the Chargers traded, or I guess the Giants traded for, anyways, they traded quarterbacks, and one of them got a bunch of draft picks. Must have been the Chargers. Got a bunch of draft picks also.
Yeah.
So that sums it up. That's how he got to the Giants. Played there his whole career, 2004, 2019. Now, he won 2 Super Bowls. 2008, he beat the Patriots, 17-14. 2012, he also beat the Patriots, 21-17. Now, that puts him in company of his own that nobody will ever be able to say they done. What do you think that is? And I bet you Peyton can't stand it.
I don't know what that would be.
He beat Tom Brady in 2 Super Bowls.
Oh, Tom Brady. Yeah. He beat Tom Brady. Yes, that is right.
Peyton would go there for a playoff game and play hush mouth in the locker room. Couldn't even talk his team up because he's so afraid they was recording him.
Hey, the coach of Patriots, they
had some good playoff games.
They were rivals back then, wasn't they, bud?
Yes. No, Eli stepped in there with ice water in his veins.
Yeah.
Now, in them playoffs, them Super Bowls now, Eli played. But now I did watch 130 for 30 where he threw that one. I think it's 4th down. He threw that bomb. That guy caught it on his helmet on the sideline. Yeah. You remember that? I don't remember. It might have been Plaxico Burress. Eli said, he said, they was fixing to nail me. He said, I closed my eyes before I threw that ball.
Well, Rusty, let me ask you something. Wasn't Eli also, when he played at Ole Miss, was he, did they beat, is that when they beat Florida and Tebow had that big game, and then Tebow had that big speech and everything, and they put that, was Eli the quarterback on that Ole Miss team? Because remember, they was playing Florida, and Florida was, I guess, undefeated. It was later in the season, and it kind of messed up their chances for, I guess, a championship or something. I don't know. I can't remember. But I want to think Eli was quarterback then. I could be wrong.
He probably had been because Ole Miss really never done nothing again till Kiffin got there.
Yeah, and his career went to what? To Ole Miss 2003 to.
He was 2000 to 2003. He's actually, if he got Tebow, it was in Tebow's earlier years, I'd say.
Oh, okay. Well, if he was that, then I think that was probably in the late 2000s. Then I think when Ole Miss beat them, then yeah,
Well,
it was. Yeah, it was.
So
Now,
they went to 8. He played in 8 playoff games. And the years they went to the Super Bowl, they probably didn't play him very many other than that. But the Giants just wouldn't keep a team around him. So Eli had to just drop back 2-3 step, throw it. They intercept it. He just shrugged his shoulders, go back to the bench and sit over there on the bench and go back in for some more and you can't blame him for doing that because if he tried running around there and trying to make something happen like Johnny Football or something, instead of 16 seasons, he probably would only last about 8. His innards would have been getting busted up like Andrew Luck. So he just had to throw the goddamn ball. You know, I mean, people won't talk about him, but talk about him if you want to, but he's doing what he had to do.
okay, Rusty, that was in 2008. So I was totally wrong. It was. It was Snead from Ole Miss, and it was in 2008. They beat them 31-30. So yeah, I was totally sorry, guys. I was totally off base on that.
But you brought up, yeah. You brought up Tebow though, like that kind of reminds you of Anthony Richardson. Go through 1 or 2 reads and then just try to run, make something happen.
Yeah.
But Tebow was a little more durable. Richardson's really big and can throw and stuff, but he just gets hurt. He don't know how to fall or something.
Yeah.
But Tebow won a playoff game at Denver. But that brings us to Archibald Manning. Oh, Arch.
Oh, Arch.
I used to work with a guy named Archibald. Everybody, you know what everybody called him?
What's that?
Chuck.
Chuck.
I don't know how they got Chuck out of Archibald. I called him Archie. They say Chuck. I know who they talking about. Nobody couldn't say it. They didn't like saying Archibald, so they called him Chuck. He's 6'4", 218, still growing. I wish he'd went to Ole Miss and played for Lane Kiffin, but you know he sat behind Quentin Ewers. He could sit behind Jackson Dart a little bit.
What's up, Cats Chat? How you guys doing? What's happening, guys? Cats Chat.
Cat
What's
Chat.
up, guys?
Cat Chat.
Yeah,
well,
I don't have a picture of him. I'm sorry,
something in Texas. So he went to Texas. I mean, they like Sark and Kiffin. They kind of the same types of coaches, but whatever. And now, do you think he's the real deal?
Who's that?
Arch.
Ball.
Yeah. What do you think, Cat Chat? Arch Manning, the real deal?
Yeah. Cats Chat, is Arch the real deal this year? I don't know, Rusty. I would have to. I mean, he's got talent.
We just went through his pedigree. He's got talent. We went through his pedigree. I mean.
Yeah, he's got the pedigree.
So I think he's the real deal.
And I think, and that's where I was going with. I think he's the
Now, if they don't win a championship this year,
Cash Chat, going from what the others have done, I would gamble with him. That's what. Yeah.
If let's say they lose
Yeah.
one game, knocks them out of championship or something, they don't even make it there. You think he comes back one more year and goes for it? Because I mean, he's been really patient about playing and stuff.
I mean,
and the man has got money.
Yeah. Well, see, that's why. Okay, that's why I would say you saying that right there. I would say yeah.
I'm thinking, yeah.
He's got the genes. Yeah. I'm thinking.
You think he'd come back if they don't win it this year?
I mean, we've seen players. I'm just what you said. I'd say, you said patient, and he has been patient. I mean, if you go and you look, I mean, this is his year now. He's been patient. He might come back.
Now,
I'm saying there's a good possibility. If they get close.
Now, again, I'm saying if they beat Ohio State and he don't lose no more than one game, do you think he gets the Heisman? I mean, this would be before they give the Heisman before the playoffs or anything. So they'll be in the playoffs. I think he gets it.
Yeah, I think you would have to. I mean,
I think you'd have to.
Yeah. Cash Chat says depends on who's got the draft pick in the NFL. Well, yeah.
I'm getting there. Because, look, the Colts have 2 Duke quarterbacks on the roster right now. Danny Dimes and Riley Leonard. Riley Leonard's a Duke quarterback. He ain't Notre Dame. He played Notre Dame last year. They ain't going to get it done.
Yeah.
And Lucas Oil's the house Peyton built. Do you think the Colts tank this year for that number 1 pick to get Arch? Bring another Manning back into Lucas Oil? You don't think that fan base would go nuts? That would revive that whole city.
Fan base would go absolutely wild.
The fan base would go nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I said, what I say, out of the last 7 years, they've had 6 different. They started a season with 6 different quarterbacks. I'm trading Richardson.
If there's a chance I could get him, and if you go, I say, Colts get him, and like you said, that would absolutely. I mean, we're talking about.
But the Colts have a lot of injuries too, so they might not have to try too hard to tank. You imagine Arch at the Colts?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all I got on all that. That's my little. Huh? I cut in on you.
They would go wild.
Like they would go absolutely bizarre.
But, yeah, and do you remember? Now they got one more brother. They got one more brother.
Yeah,
Cooper.
Cooper.
Now Cooper got hurt, and he played wide receiver. He had got hurt, and he had committed to Ole Miss, and unfortunately, Cooper couldn't play, and he didn't play. But yeah, I mean, like you said, and like Cash Chat said, the genes are there. He's got the genes to, Rusty, that was interesting, buddy. That was interesting.
The only thing on that was comparing the Colts to the quarterback killers. Then I started thinking about the Mannings and Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck
and all of that. Yeah.
He earned my respect, just like Lorenzen. Like at first, I didn't like Lorenzen because I liked Dusty Barnes so well. So I kind of held a little bit of a grudge. Just like when Ryan Newman took over Jeremy Mayfield's car. I was kind of pissed off at him. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
ever get feel like that?
Yeah.
So,
But you know, Rusty, like, listen, football is here, guys. It's back.
it's
Like
back.
I said, it's back. We got some games tomorrow. We got some, and then next week we got games Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I even think we might have some next Sunday, maybe Monday, don't we, buddy? Some college
I
games.
don't know about Monday. I know Sundays. Next Sunday's when Notre Dame
Yeah.
and Miami plays, and there's another big game that day, but I can't remember who it is.
I have remember in the past that they have played a couple of games on on Labor Day, Rusty.
But before we move to the preview of that game, I got a serious question for you.
Okay.
What do you think about Auburn claiming 4 more championships? Did you see
I
that?
saw something about that. I saw
That
something.
makes
Yeah,
you
I saw.
nine.
What was it? Overnight Auburn. So they're saying they've got 9 championships now. Auburn.
Yeah. Why don't we just claim one? That year that they took ours away or something. Now, one of our 10-win seasons.
Well,
why don't we just say we
if you
won
go,
one?
if you go by that, I mean, if that's what Auburn's going by, Kentucky beat Oklahoma in 1951.
Yeah. We need to claim that.
That's what they're saying. Well, that don't count. Well, you know, they did beat them.
And I'll tell you another thing. I was looking at Texas A&M. You know they don't got cheerleaders.
No.
They just got them Yale squad, them dudes in them overalls with them things. They don't got no girl cheerleaders. They need to change that right now. I mean, they're not like girly girls. They're just like guys yelling. They're like, but they got to get some girl cheerleaders. I mean, come on.
Brandon Wilder says Lee Corso's last game day. Yeah, it sure is. That's Lee Corso was his last game day. Well, let me ask you this, Brandon and Rusty. Do you think anybody will take over Lee's headgear? I say no, because he had that. I mean, that was his thing.
No, they're just going to go with Pat McAfee doing what he does is going to take the place of that.
Yeah, because
now this is his 3rd time being his last game. At least his 2nd, maybe 3rd. He's retired 3 or 4 times. One time they said he wasn't never going to come back, and he never stopped coming.
No, but I think this is
this is it. I think
this is it, Rusty. This is it, buddy.
He was kind of embarrassing last year. I was afraid he was going to get hurt out there.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Lee's last game day, the first one. Let me plug my computer up, or we ain't gonna be able to finish the show out.
Oh Lord, you don't got that thing plugged in?
I usually plug it in, guys. Just a minute, Rusty.
All righty. Well, if you need your carport or garage pad poured, call Over Bay Enterprises. They'll take care of you. Southwest Virginia, Eastern Kentucky, and Eastern Tennessee. I'd say if you're willing to pay a little extra, they might go a little further than that. I don't know. I think when Brent gets his computer plugged up, we're probably going to go over this Iowa State and Kansas State game. 2 really good teams and 2 really good coaches.
And what do we always say, Rusty? It wouldn't be the Wildcat then if we didn't have some kind of technical difficulties. Sorry, guys. But I guess plugging in the computer is not as bad as some of the other stuff we've had go wrong with our computers.
Yeah, and the worst of it is when I bought a brand new one. Paid pretty good money for
it. Rusty, I was wanting to just right quick. Well, no, let's do this. We was talking about ball games. We was talking about the season here and everything. You know, we actually got games tomorrow. We've got Yeah, that one team that UNLV plays. Who is that?
I don't know. They look like a tiger though. Probably is that
Idaho,
Idaho State? Maybe
Idaho State, maybe
I don't
playing.
know.
Idaho
Look at
State,
down
maybe
there.
playing.
Shushu. Who's Western Kentucky playing? Shushu. That almost sounds Chinese.
Sam, is that would that be
Sam Houston
Sam Houston University? I
State
guess.
University. Sam Houston State.
Sam Houston State, maybe. And then you got
Stanford, Hawaii.
Fresno and Kansas Jayhawks.
Now,
And
buddy,
you
I
got-
talked about Stanford earlier. They've just went downhill since Andrew Luck left. I mean, he's back as their general manager now, but I heard here not too long ago, after this revenue sharing, they cut a lot of funding
Wow.
to like their programs and stuff. So Notre Dame about needs to just cut them off their schedule. Remember, they wouldn't let their band in their stadium anyways, but
Yeah.
I don't know. When Andrew
Then-
Luck went there and they hired Frank Wright and stuff, I thought they was going to turn it around, but it ain't sounding like it. Hawaii's
Then-
favored in that game.
Then you got number 22, Iowa State versus Kansas State at noon tomorrow, Rusty.
And are they in Ireland or Dublin? I don't know where. They're overseas somewhere.
I don't know, but that was
They're,
what
they're overseas.
we was going. That was one of the games we talked about a couple of weeks ago. There was the Iowa State versus Kansas State game tomorrow, and I know I said I don't think I told you a couple of times. I don't know. Usually every year I pick a team. I pick a team. I pick a dark horse maybe. I know you have mentioned Texas Tech a lot. Well, I think Kansas State's mine. Now that's just what I'm saying, Rusty. I mean, that's just my opinion. I think Kansas State could be right there around. Just let's just say this. You just keep an eye out on them this year. See what they do.
Do you remember last week when I talked about that old coach they had? I said it was a good coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he retired. He ain't there no more. They got their coach now is Chris Kleinman. He's been there since 2019. But for some reason, I still picture that old man, Bill Snyder.
Yeah,
Remember
Snyder
him?
had been there he had been there for so long. I mean, you just automatically.
He was there from 89 to 2005, and then he came back in 09 to 18.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I think of them, I see his face for some reason.
Right.
And I swear I thought he was there since then. Maybe he was just on the sidelines for some of them games, but they got a junior quarterback, Kansas State, Avery Johnson, 6'3", 196, dual threat. Last season, he had 2,712 passing yards, 25 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 605 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns. They got a transfer receiver, Jerian Tibbs from Purdue, 6'2", 212. He's supposed to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
They got a really good linebacker, Austin Romaine. They got 2 good running backs, Dylan Edwards and Joe Jackson. And their offensive line's physical. Good quarterback, solid defense, good running backs. There's some strong contenders in that wide open Big 12.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I do.
Now, Iowa State, I like their coach. I wouldn't mind him at Kentucky, to be honest with you, Matt Campbell. He's been there since 2016. I think he's great. They got decent. I think their quarterback might be okay. He's a junior, Rocco Betchett, 6'1", 210. They got 5 returning on their offensive line. They got some really good tight ends. The running game's solid. They got some transfer wide receivers. They got to see what happens with them. Offense should be decent. Their defense is ranked 31st in the nation. They got a good cornerback, Jonte Williams. They got a good defensive tackle, Demarcu Orange. They got 13 starters overall returning on that team. So they should be solid. It should be a good game. Should be a good
Should
game.
be a good game tomorrow. Should be a good game tomorrow.
Yeah.
And well, Rusty, I'll just go ahead and ask you. Well, let me start. I'm gonna pick K-State just because I'm, like I said, I'm keeping my eye out on them. That could be a contender. I don't, down the road, but they do have a good they do have a good team. I mean, you just went over it. I mean, solid team. So, who are you taking in this game? I took Kansas State.
It's a tough one. I mean, it's a 3-point spread. And I like that coach. I think that coach from Iowa State's really good. I did see something where he's pretty good at winning when he's an underdog. But I think Kansas State wins them, beats them.
That's who I think.
Now, if it was a 7-point spread, I would take Iowa State and the points. I wouldn't say they're going to win, but 3 points ain't enough. If it was 3.5 points, I would take Iowa State and the points. But just straight 3 points, I don't think I'd mess with it.
Brandon said he's going with Iowa State, so he's going with you. I'm going Kansas State, guys, on that one.
I think it's going to be a good game.
Let me put this just right quick.
They're in Dublin. Is that Ireland?
Dublin, that's Ireland. Well, let me put this up right quick too. Just Western Kentucky. That's got to be Fresno and Kansas plays tomorrow. So yeah, but football is back, my friend. It is back. Rusty, we'll just go over this just right quick. Just a couple points I was going to ask you. I know we've seen this. We didn't get to the rule changes about the injuries and stuff. And you was talking earlier. What was that about the visors now that they wear?
They have to wear clear visors.
Clear visors.
And I didn't get in too deep on it, but I think the reason they're making them go to all clear visors is because they got visors now that can have like screens in them, like TV screens in the visor. So like they can talk through the helmet, but they shut that communication off so many seconds. And then, they can't have that tinted visor there and they're looking at a computer screen telling them what to do.
Good. And look at what football. You got visors with computer screens. You got a few years ago, you got LSU with helmets with air conditioners in them. That's a lot of technology, ain't it?
I'll come back to the air conditioned helmets, but now it's been a few years ago. I was reading about them helmets with those screens in there, but that was supposed to. What I was reading that for was if you had a quarterback that couldn't hear and you needed to communicate with them, and that's what they were supposed to be meant for.
Oh, okay, I see.
But now they're probably taking it to a different level, and they just don't want it going there, so they're just going to make them wear clear visors. That's what I think they're doing that for.
Yeah, and we had talked about, and they had mentioned this, some of the rule changes they was talking about. You was talking about the visors and the computer screen. These fake injuries. Is it that you get timeouts taken away?
Yeah, and if you don't have a timeout, now I didn't read 100% on that timeout on the injury rule.
Yeah.
I guess if it's under a certain time or something, you get charged a timeout. And then if you don't have a timeout, you get charged with delay of game.
So they're really trying to curb all these.
But now they need to do something about that now, because some of it's ridiculous. Because they'll just point at somebody and they'll just go down. ain't nothing wrong with them. Then they set out one play and they're back. You know.
Okay, and also overtime timeouts is going to be limited.
Yeah, after so many, they don't even get none, I think. Or after they get in about that third or fourth overtime, I don't think they even get a timeout. I think they just got to get out there.
Yeah, did you see the kickoff on kickoffs? If any return team player makes a T signal with their arms, the play is immediately whistle dead, and the team forfeits the right to return.
Boy, you mean a T?
I guess.
Like that?
I guess if you do like that, what they're
That's
saying.
a timeout, ain't it?
That's what I thought. It says, guys, rule changes 2025.
Oh, you're talking. Well, that's an X.
That's an X. It says on kickoff, if any return team player makes a T signal with their arms, the play is immediately whistled dead, and the team forfeits the right to return.
Huh. I seen another thing where if there's a fumble, say there's a fumble, say me and you on different teams, and I say you going about to get there and dive on it, but I got another guy right behind me, but instead of me going for the ball, I block you so my guy can get it. You ain't allowed to do that no more.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go for the ball.
And guys, and it goes on to some of the rules. Me and Rusty just kind of glanced over here tonight. It just kind of went over, no taunting gestures, all that's gone, and I saw something about substitutes too, Rusty. Like I guess would be subbing in and out. Defensive substitution fouls is what they're calling it.
Yeah, I've seen that, but I didn't really. I was kind of busy. I ain't got too deep into all that, but I glanced. A lot of stuff to learn there on them rule changes and everything. But guys got a little bit of football. Some of it's good. Some of it's, kind of, yeah.
But guys, football's back. And our Wildcats, we went over some games tonight that's going to be played tomorrow, and then it's back. And Kentucky plays next Saturday at 12:45, something like that.
Well,
it's
Toledo Rockets. They the Rockets.
Toledo Rockets, and they are predicted to win their division, either win their division or second or something. But they're in the top of their, in Toledo beat I think it was Mississippi State last year.
Mississippi State.
They went down there and they beat, and that's what we're saying, guys. I mean, even though and everybody's scheduled these teams, you still got to play, because what if you get beat by them? And we've seen it.
They're running back.
You've got to play, and Chip. We had Chip. And now Chip's there.
If Chip's healthy, we better be ready to wrap up, because Chip's a power back. If he's healthy,
we got to be ready to play. Rusty, it don't. You've talked about it. Don't matter who we play. You have got to win these games. You have got to win these games like this. I mean, they count. They just do. They count. That's why. Who was that? Arizona coach was it Herm Edwards said you play to win the game.
Yeah, I like the
you play to win. Yeah, you play to win the game. But guys, go Big Blue next week. Got a little bit of football to watch this weekend. And then I think there's some games this on Thursday and Friday. I think there's some high school games going on right now, guys. I know I went over a few. Now our Harlan County Black Bears, they don't play until tomorrow. They play Clay County in the Pigskin Classic, and then I know Harlan Independent's playing Knott County Central. Leslie County's playing Williamsburg. Whitley County is playing Knott Central. Jellicoe, Tennessee is playing Lincoln. Pineville is playing Phelps tonight. So Bell
Okay.
County's going to play Campbellsville too. So there's some good games. I mean, you got high school football's back. Rusty, college starts.
Yeah.
And may I go ahead and say it? I'm going to go ahead and say it. Are you ready for it?
That's it.
We also got a great basketball team.
Oh yeah.
Coming up later this fall. But very interesting schedule. I looked over their schedule. Very interesting, Rusty. Very interesting. We got a lot to talk about. A lot of things going on in sports, man. It is back. Football season is here.
Third quarter, Penn's beating Valpo 14-6.
Are they?
Yeah.
So, guys, Rusty, I guess we'll get off here until next week. We'll go over Kentucky's schedule, see it, talk about them, what we think going to happen. Hey, listen, guys, we got to get behind these guys, man. I mean, there's some I like is it Shazay Pete?
Yeah,
Is that what I really like him. I really like him. I mean, we got I guys, let's get behind this Kentucky team. Let's get behind them. Let's get this thing turned around. We've got to get this thing turned around. But Rustic, we'll be on here next week. And then the Kentucky plays next Saturday, man. I'm ready, ain't you, buddy?
I'm ready. Yes.
Well, Rusty, buddy, we're going to get off here tonight, guys. Remember this. God loves you. Go Big Blue. Good night, everybody.
And wow!
Yes, sir.
Audio Jungle.
Knock the camera off.